I know it'll fall at some point, so it's probably a good thing because that means people are going to keep playing me like this. Then that motherfucker start falling, people in trouble. So it's probably a good thing. I actually like it. People starting to guard me like they used to back in the day. So when they start falling.
That smile. Max,
Yep.
you have a problem with Draymond's comments?
No, he's saying what he's supposed to say. He's thinking the way he's supposed to think, but he's got to get his game up. I mean, his shooting has been bad for several years now. Bad. And the Warriors have won in spite of that. Now, I understand the fact that he's a threat to shoot from there, the fact that the Warriors can field a team and play 5 out truly, that's the death lineup worked. And before KD got there, Draymond, I thought, was the second most important player in it, behind Steph, his pick-and-roll partner, and the guy who could shoot from range in spite of playing nominally at least the 5. But if you're shooting 30% around there from 3, it ain't going to cut it. Now, Draymond's right, Stephen A. If guys the difference between a guy who can't hit a shot and a guy you can walk away from. If guys are treating Draymond from the outside like they can walk away from him, the shots will start to fall. I mean, he was never really a 38% shooter. That was the result of the fact that he's on a team with Steph, who shoots from such distance and is so unselfish that he frequently got the ball with no one within a mile of him, right? And then you add Clay and come on. But on a team with Steph and Clay and KD, Draymond, when the team is functioning well, will be getting wide open looks. He's going to have to shoot them, but importantly, he's going to have to make them. Those shots, he can't be shooting 30% from outside.
Draymond Green has missed about 13 or 14 games this year, including like 10 or 11 consecutively from like November 24th. From like November 17th to like December 7th. So I get that, and I understand it. And I don't have problems with his comments for the reasons that you highlighted, Max. But I must say this. I do have a problem with that smile because I don't think this is a laughing matter. You can't find a bigger fan of Draymond Green than me. I love the brother, and he's as real as it gets. He ain't a phony. He ain't a fake by any stretch of the imagination. And he does a lot of things that you can't attach numbers to that are incredibly valuable to winning. I get that. But the Warriors are playing 4-on-5 ball offensively when he's on the floor. Max Kellerman, I know the games have been missed, but I'm going to speak directly to Draymond Green when I say this. Do you realize that you have not scored in double figures since Halloween? I understand he missed those games. Total about 14 altogether. But he hasn't scored in double digits since Halloween. And I think the three-point shooting numbers are about 18 to 20%. When you take that into consideration, you have to ask yourself this question. Are the Warriors going to win a championship if you continue to play that way? Shoot the basketball that way. Because that's what this comes down to. He's only been back for like 5 games. Only played like 7 games or 9 games rather since Halloween. But he hasn't scored in double figures in any of those 9 games. And I'm looking at it from the standpoint, he's got to put the ball in the hole because let me tell you something. If they get to a point, if they don't have to pay attention to him, that's more attention that gets put towards KD and Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, and that is a problem. So Draymond Green don't have to work on much else, but his shot is something he definitely has to work on if the Warriors are going to win or going to three-peat.
So I disagree. I think they'll win whether or not he hits the shots. It'll just be tougher without him hitting the shots. I really do think they win regardless. You have Steph and KD, 2 5-star players, plus Clay, a 4-star player. And even without the shot, like the reason Draymond's not a 4.5-star player is because he's not hitting shots. Still a 4-star player because of what he can do off defensively, not to mention how he can be your pick-and-roll partner, at least rolling and stuff like that. My point is this. Really what's happening is he's costing himself millions and millions of dollars and maybe his spot on the Warriors. Because if he is now going forward perceived as a guy who really isn't an outside threat, yeah, he can play defense. Other guys can do that too. You can find a cheaper replacement for him. And then what team is going to want him? And then what are they going to pay him? Plenty of teams will want him. But what are they do they think they're getting when they get him? I think they win regardless this year. But he's costing himself money. You got to hit those shots.
I don't think they win regardless, and I think that you got to remember you can chase other guys off the 3-point line and turn them into a 2-point scoring team if Draymond is no threat.
All of them?
You never know.